Hi everybody, back with a brand new update for you on the piggies. They're out in the garden at the moment having some free range time. So here's Gibson and Badger over here. And Stanley and Monty are in here. I think Monty's in the tube at the moment, so you might not be able to see him. 11 o'clock in the morning, so they're still pretty dozy at the moment, but they're just starting to explore a bit. But it's such a lovely day that I thought I'd get them outside for a bit of fresh air and some munching. So they seem to be enjoying it at the moment. Got them in their separate cages. I know they only look small, but the piggies don't seem to really run around when they're out here. They just like to sit in one spot and munch. So I used some extra grids from my C&C Cages to make these two little cages for the outside. And they seem really cool. I put a couple of their toys in there and tubes and hidey houses so that they have a little bit of added protection and security out here. So let me just show you. I've put them under an umbrella so they've got some shade. Do recommend if you bring your piggies out in the garden, please don't put them directly in the sunlight as they can get very hot. So always make sure you pop them in a shady spot. So yeah, that's why I've popped them under this big umbrella. So they're perfectly surrounded in a nice patch of shade. So let me zoom in again. So yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous day. So I thought they'd bring them out. Brought them out quite early this morning. I did have them out yesterday evening. Also another recommendation, please don't get them out in the hottest times of the day, which is between about 12 and 3 I'd say. So if you can, try and arrange it around that time. So either bring them out late morning, it's about 10ish, 11ish, or late afternoon, early evening. Just avoiding those really hot parts of the day. Oh, so Gibson seems to really be enjoying it. They are absolutely loving it, these two. As you can see, Gibson has a little bit of a poorly eye at the moment. There you go, zooming in. He's got mites, unfortunately. Have no idea how he got them. The only way I can come up with an explanation is that they probably came off the hay, because I buy fresh hay from the farm shop, so it hasn't been filtered or anything, so mites can be carried on the hay. So I've given him some Ivomectin. He's had 2 doses now, and I'm going to give him another dose in a week or so, and hopefully it'll start to clear up. As you can see, he's scratched away all of the fur around his eye. So it does look very sore, but it doesn't seem to be. I've given him a good examination, and he's absolutely fine in himself. He's munching away, he's eating, he's squeaking, he's running around, he's playing. He's absolutely fine in himself, so hopefully the fur will start to grow back soon. If the Ivomectin doesn't work, I'll take him to the vet and he'll have to have some more treatment. But as you can see, he's absolutely fine in himself. It just doesn't look very nice, that's all. So coming over here to Stanley, I don't know what's wrong with Monty. He's being very antisocial today. He's just hiding in his tube. I think he's a little bit nervous. It's the thing with coming outside, there's lots of noises out here. All the bird sounds, the traffic on the road. Also, we have a train track right next to us, so the train is going back and forward every 15 minutes or so, so that could be quite scary. Oh, here he comes. Oh, finally making an appearance, Monty. Oh, maybe not. Oh dear. So yeah, they're having a great time out here, aren't piggies? So this is something new for you as well, so I thought I'd definitely get a video of them out here, so you can see what else they get up to outside of their cage. It's been a gorgeous couple of days, so I've been trying to get them out every day for a little bit of free range time. And they're getting more and more confident every time, so it's brilliant. So yeah, lovely, happy piggies. And as I said, they're all in the shade, so they're comfortable, they're not getting too hot. I don't leave them out here for too long, probably about an hour and a half tops. And then pop them back in a nice cool cage. Oh, somebody had a little bit of a rumble then. And the cages are right next to each other, but they don't seem to realise. They haven't really established that there's 2 other piggies over there. They just haven't. I thought they'd be up at the bars looking at each other, but they haven't at all. They've just completely ignored each other. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, loving it. The piggies are now back in my brother's room, so the C&C cages are now back in there. I've built a 2x5 cage and a 2x4 cage. I'll go and show you in a minute when I put them back in. The reason I've done that is so that the 2x5 cage on the bottom is just easier to clean. I found it really hard before with the double stack C&C cages with the 2x5s on top of each other. I found it really difficult to clean the bottom cage. So I'll show you what I mean in a moment, but it seems to be good, and every week I'm just switching the piggies over, so that one week 2 of them get to go down in the larger cage down below, and then the next week they go up to the slightly smaller one upstairs and we switch pigs, so they all get an opportunity to go in the nice big cage. But a 2x4 cage is still very good size for 2 piggies, so it's not like they're in a tiny little cage at all. It's still very good size. It's just the 2x5 is a tiny bit bigger, so they can have a little bit more running space. So yeah, happy piggies. As you can see, Mr. Badger is loving the grass. It's lovely and long. My dad's going to mow it today, so I thought, gotta get the piggies out here, munch up the rest of this lovely long grass. But oh, poor Gibson's eye. Oh. It's looking better actually than it was yesterday. I think the fur is starting to grow back, so hopefully in the next week or so he should be looking a lot better. It just doesn't look very nice, but he's not in any pain or anything, not in any discomfort. Ooh, there goes the train. Oh, maybe not, I just missed it. But yeah, we've got trains going past every 15 minutes, so it's quite loud, so the piggies do get a little bit scared and run away, but apart from that, it's lovely out here. So let me just pop around and see Monty. I hope he's okay. He's been very quiet. So let me just come around here. What is going on with you, Mr. Monts? You've been very quiet recently, aren't you? I hope he's okay. He has been quite, introverted into himself. So, hope he's alright. But, yeah. Oh, he's so cute. And Stanley, of course, is a little character as always. Look at him. You are a handsome boy, aren't you? Handsome piggy. And of course these 2. Oh, my badger's gone in the tube now. Little piggy snout. So I think I'm going to leave them to it for a moment longer, and then I'm going to pop them back in their cages. So I'll show you in a moment what they look like. Bye! So, as promised, here are the cages. Just pop the piggies back in now. So I brought them in from outside. And here they all are. So Monty and Stanley are upstairs in a 2x4. Oh, and he's tipping all the veggies over now. And Gibson and Badger are downstairs in the 2x5. Now, if you've watched my old videos, you'll know that I used to have a 2x5 up here as well. Reasoning for not having it this time, it made it incredibly hard to clean the bottom cage. As you can see, I could only get through that gap, and I think there was another one. I left the grid out there. The reason I did put all the grids around is to support the top cage. If I'd taken some grids away, the top cage would have collapsed. So it did make it incredibly hard to clean this bottom cage. So I've decided to have a 2x5 and a 2x4 and to switch the pigs every time I clean them. So I try to clean them once a week. Sometimes I clean them twice a week. So whenever I clean them, give it a good thorough clean, get rid of any of the other piggy smells, and switch them over. So one week they're in the bottom cage, the next week they're in the top cage. But as I said before, a 2x4 is still a really good size for 2 piggies, so it's not like they're missing out. Just this cage down here is just that little extra room by here, just for them to run around and enjoy themselves. So all the piggies get equal time in both cages, so do not worry. But this does make it really, really easy to clean, because I've got all this area down by here that I can just kneel down, get in and clean it out. So it's a lot easier for me, and the piggies are still happy, so don't worry about it. So yeah, so they're back in here now, which is brilliant. I got a load of extra room in my room now. I can actually walk around my bed rather than having to climb over it. So yeah, it's brilliant because they've got lots of room as well for all their organisation items. So the hay and the bedding box, which is now empty, I've ordered another bag, and then I got shelving by here to store all of their other things. So a lot better than in my room where it's all crammed together into one corner basically. Please ignore all this, I'm still organising. They've only been in this room for I think 4 days and I'm still organising the shelves, so sorry that it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, this is all of their stuff. Well, most of it. Some of it's out in the garage. So, but this is most of their stuff. So all their fleeces and their towels. That's one of their hidey houses that was just out in the garden. I've got to pop back. Hidey houses, so igloos. More of those little wicker rattan woven baskets that I use for their hidey houses, which are awesome. I try to switch over their toys and the items in their cage every time I clean them, so to keep it interesting. Some more fleeces and toys up there, and I think their food is up here. Yeah, their food's in there. So there we go. So as you can see, Monty is now pepped up and he's eating some celery, so maybe he was just a little bit nervous out there. Maybe you could sense and see the other piggies as well, and that might have made him a little bit scared. Ooh, and Stanley's popcorning. So I think he's a happy piggy. Oh, good piggies. Come down here and see these two. And they've got their corner house back. I didn't have room for it in the other cages next door. I didn't have room to store it, I mean. Because like I said, I like to switch their furniture around. So I left it out in the garage all the time. They were in my room and I've brought it back. So it's awesome because it's a tube and then they can just run all the way around. You used to have a ramp coming down there so the piggies could sit on top of the house, but they never did. And it just took up extra room in the cage, so I took it off. So now it's just like a hidey house. And they love it. So they're probably a little bit excited over seeing that again. And then they've got their long tube as well. So, yes, the cage may look a little bit messy. I've just spot checked both cages. But I'm going to clean them out on Monday. So it's Friday now, so I've got 3 more days in here. And this is still the aspen bedding, which, as I said in my last video, absolutely loving at the moment. Doesn't smell at all. And, yeah, the piggies like it too. So, yay! Good stuff. So I think that's the end of the video now, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, as always. If you've got any requests, please let me know. And that's about it. So from me and the piggies, I don't know where they are, they're in their igloo I think. From me and the piggies, thank you very much and see you soon. Bye!